All right, so that brings us to the last chapter of our book, and that is chapter number 13, diving deeper into brain's well-being. In this application of creativity, there is one more thing. Maybe it's just not flags, though we have got LMS is talking about flags and everything, and we've done the session also. It also talks about maps. So take it as an exercise. If not, then we will discuss it in the live sessions. So here you will see there are some maps also. Can you do something to remember maps? Which one looks what? This looks like Singapore, this is Cyprus, and so on. Give it a try. Okay. Once you try to see specific things, like what do I see over here, and link it with Japan, try out memory trigger for Japan and link it with this, it will be done. Okay. So take this also as an exercise, or else we will discuss. Like I see it over here, it looks as if a dog is barking. Okay. I see it over here, a dog is barking. I see it over here. This is again maybe a dog. That poodles are there. No, the tiny cute poodles looks like that. Here I see as if somebody is opening a mouth to eat something, to eat paper. You just have to see what you see. And accordingly, you will try to make a link with the word and be able to remember the maps. Okay, so that was about chapter number 12. There are some exercises. Please do that as well. And now we move on to chapter number 13, diving deeper into brain's well-being. So the ultimate cause, the reason why we did this program was to understand how our brain functions, how we can take good care of our brain, how we can boost our focus, concentration, because ultimately when we want to help other students, every parent is struggling. How do I boost the focus and concentration level of my child? They learn something today and they forget the next day. How can we solve all those problems? That was one thing. And how to boost focus and concentration, right? So memory tools have helped us addressing the problem of how to make learning engaging, more interesting, and more fruitful. And now this chapter is going to talk about the brain health. Okay, so what is brain health and what we are going to do is to be taken care in this chapter. So we need to work out your brain just like your body. So a lot of people today do exercise in the form of maybe yoga, swimming, running, gymming, cycling, a number of things. What are you doing for your brain? Ask that question to yourself. Are you spending any time doing any form of puzzle exercise, solving some kind of activity, puzzle, riddle, or word games, any form of memory games? Are you doing that? If you are doing it, that means you're exercising your brain. Otherwise, you are not. Because trust me, in today's lifestyle, our brain exercise has reduced tremendous. Think about the time, if you are a parent, if you're a grown up, 20 years ago, when we were kids, when we were going to school, did we have mobile phones to go to school to? Did we have mobile phones for purpose, other things and internets and phones? No, we did not. Which means that the lifestyle was such that you had to remember things. If you had to call someone, you had to open a book and dial their number on the phone. And during this process, eventually what was happening, you used to remember the numbers. If you had to travel from one place to another, you need to look outside. You need to check the way beforehand. Ask your friend, explain to me how I reach your home. Your friend explains it to you, and now you have to look for the way and you reach their home. Today, that does not happen again. You are just blindly following Google Maps, so brain exercise is again zero. If you have to buy a list of items, you make the list of the items on your phone and you just look at it and buy it. It was not happening like that earlier. You used to remember birthdays earlier, but not anymore. So are you seeing what is happening? Our brain exercise has reduced tremendously. And that is the reason why today's kids are facing challenges to focus and concentrate, because they are hardly having any form of brain exercise. Whatever they are doing in the school, only that is a part. Rest outside the school, at home, no brain exercise. So what we need to do is we need to bring back that form of exercise, because it helps strengthens the mental strength, right? So that is what we're going to be doing in this. The brain health is very important because it is everything that happens over here. Your intelligence, your knowledge, your growth, your progress, your success, all depends over here. How smart you are here. So are you doing anything, engaging in any activities that challenges your brain? If you're not doing, please do. Because when you do that, what happens? Like learning a new language, it's a powerful thing that can be done for our brain. What does it do? It stimulates the neural pathways. I'm not going to go into detail, but it makes neural connections strong. It strengthens them, and thus your brain gets stronger. It enhances your cognitive function. Thus a person who's engaging in such activities will be very sharp here as compared to the person who's not. Just see outside, look at the people around you, you will notice the difference, right? Then comes brain nutrition. Don't you think we should take care of what food we are eating? So we eat so much for our body. We need to eat for our brain too. Okay. So again, so remember when we had done 10 brain healthy foods in chapter 8, section 8.7, we had done body pegging. Okay. And we had attached food items on our body, starting from the head to our hands, right? Can we recall them and see what those body food items were? So this was in chapter 8. Okay, so if you've not, you can even watch it. So what was there on the head? It was water. So what is the first food item? It is water. Moving down to your eyes. I'm wearing glasses and it is studded with blue. So what is a food item? Blueberries. Wonderful. Coming on down to the nose. What was there? You blow and yellow mucus is coming out. So what is a food item? Turmeric. Moving on to the next one, your ears. So what did you do at ears? You cover it with eggs because I'm feeling cold. So eggs. Is the fourth food item. Mouth. What is there on the mouth? I'm wearing dark chocolate lipstick, dark brown color lipstick, right? So what is that? Dark chocolate. 5 food items. See, we did in that session. We have not even done it. And if you watch that, you will remember all these food items. On the neck, what am I wearing on the neck? So I'm wearing all the nuts, and that's why they're pinching also slightly to me, right? So that is the nuts, all sorts of nuts. Who's sitting on my shoulder or on my backpack? Who is there? It's a fish, fatty fish. I'm taking to the school, right? Fatty fish. What was there on my elbow? I'm pressing the orange. Yes, the orange juice is coming out, so it is orange. And what am I wearing on my wrist? So I'm wearing a special watch which has got a cover. It's broccoli. Wonderful. And what is there on my finger? My fingers have turned green and they are green leafy vegetables. So imagine we did it that time using body pegging. We remember. Now that is not just to remember, but also to follow. Try to incorporate these things. Omega-3 fatty acid is what our brain is made of. Omega-3 fatty acid is fat. Your brain is made of fat. It's purely fat. So incorporate that positive fat in your diet. Okay. If you're allowed to eat fish, if you're allowed to eat eggs, incorporate that in your diet. Or else incorporate food items that have fatty fish like nuts and seeds, right? So brain nutrition, very important. Sleep, another very important aspect. We feel that memory is strong. There are 3 steps of memory. I need to understand the information, store it, and then recall. That's it. But you know what sleep is? Sleep is the extended step of memory. Remember when we did the chapter number 1? Chapter number 1 was what? Chapter number 1 was about how we study or how do we study and how do we forget sometimes. So ever wondered why you learn something and you forget it tomorrow? Because something happened during the night while you were sleeping. And sleep is very important for memory. Sleep is the extended step of memory. Okay. So if you want that your memory should get sharper, you have to sleep. Now, mostly what happens that kids, when they are studying or when they're preparing for the exam, they will feel that why do I need to study? Because I'm going to be losing my precious time. Why do I need to sleep? Let me just study, study, study. So they might focus that I'm going to be just consistently, continuously sleeping without realizing that sleep is the time when all that you are trying to remember gets solidified inside your head. So if you are missing the sleep, you are missing out on that time. Okay, so sleep is actually the extended step of memory, the 4th step of memory, where the memory consolidation takes place. The solidification of the information takes place over here. And this is also the time when your brain is doing some natural repair process. And this is the time when short-term memory gets converted into long-term memory. So all that is happening inside sleep. So please do not ignore sleep. We often feel what I'm going to do over there. It's such a waste of time. I might do some work. but we do not know if we are not getting good sleep, we are affecting our wake up work quality. So make sure to have adequate sleep for everything. Okay. So now when it comes to sleep, what are the proper sleep hygiene practices that we should follow? Of course, limit the screen time. Try not to see, have, but today we are surrounded with such things that it's very difficult to stay away. But can we do it for a little bit? At least 15 minutes, half an hour break. Watch it, whatever you want to watch by 8, and then take a break for 1 hour and then go to sleep. So limiting screen time. Today, in today's time, people are on their bed and they're watching the phone. It's going to affect your sleep. And then they complain about their sleep. Let's not do that, because ultimately you're affecting your brain strength and your memory power. Okay. Then avoid caffeine, drinking tea or coffee or any sort of thing in the night, because that will again affect your sleep. It activates your brain. Avoid that. Okay. Have a comfortable sleep environment. Let it be peaceful, quiet. Do not sleep in a noisy place. And thus, this all things can help you achieve a good quality sleep. Do some meditation maybe if you want. Okay. So by prioritizing your sleep, you are recharging your brain. The way you recharge your phone, when the phone battery is down, you recharge it. Do that to your brain as well, right? Try some brain exercises. What could be, no, it does not mean that you have to do, only mental exercises. Even physical exercise is good for your brain. Because when you're running, the brain is balancing the body, right? So even physical exercise is good. Physical exercise creates need for water. It dehydrates. You drink water, which is again good for your brain. So physical exercise is good. However, there are certain things which can be done purely for mental exercise. So it's like solving maths problems, doing memory games, or practicing mindfulness exercises. They are all very good for your brain. Do it to yourself, do it with your kids. Okay. So once any kids who are into these things, they are always going to be very sharper, smarter than the ones who are not. Brain gym, another very interesting exercise, and this we are going to do. So the first brain gym exercise is L and OK. Let's do it together. Okay, so take out both the hands. Okay, so move your hands. One hand will make an L. So this is L. The three fingers are folded and this is forming an L. Okay, the other hand is going to do the opposite. These two are going to hold and these fingers are going to open. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm making awesome and L. Now change. And opening the other side. Mostly what happens is this is closed, something is off. Change again. Now, if you've understood, no need to look at the screen. Look at your own hands. So L and awesome and change. L and awesome and change. L and awesome. So yes, L and awesome. Try to do it 5 times. And I'm sure you would notice how it wants you to be completely focused. Without being focused, you cannot do this. And trust me, kids are very smart in this. They will learn these things much faster than you do, right? We'll do all 5 of them. So first was L and OK. The second one is V and the horns. What does that mean? So there is one hand is going to make V. The other hand is going to make horns. Okay. So V and horn and then change. And then change. So V and the horn. Now you do not have to look at the screen. Try to look at your hands and do it. V and the horn. Very good. Keep on trying. We'll try 5 times. V and the horn. V and the horn. V and the horn. And V and the horn. Wonderful. Third one, third one, third one. Third one is I and V. What is I and V? So one hand is going to make 1. The other one is going to take 2. Okay, so this is I and V. Now, I will not just switch. Okay, I will not just plainly switch. I will not do this. I will do clap and switch. So if one is over here, I'll clap, then one will be here. I'll clap, then one will be here. I'll clap, then one will be here. I have to be really focused. And while I'm taking the session, I have to be really focused. So one is here, then it is going to be here, then it is going to be here, then it is going. So do not look at the screen. Try to do it yourself. So when you want to complicate something, just clap and then change. So 1 and 2. Okay. Then there is one more, thumb and little finger pointing in the same direction. The thumb is pointing here. Little finger is also pointing here. Both are pointing. Okay. Clap and opposite. Yeah. Let's try it 5 times. Clap and this side. Clap and this side. Clap and this side. And it's always the back of the hand which is forward. Sometimes you might do like this, different formations your brain will form. So always my back of the hand is facing towards you, away from me. This, clap and this, clap and this, clap and this. Very good. Clap and this. So 5 brain gym exercises are there, and there are multiple exercises that we can do. Okay, and you can even create. Then 5th one is rabbit ears and the gun. So this is my rabbit ears. This is a gun. Okay. So what you need to do, so the rabbit gun is following, or the arrow is following the rabbit. And the moment I reach here, what I do, I change. Now the ears are, rabbit is here and the arrow is in the other hand. So I'm going like this. And once again, I change. So the rabbit is here and the arrow is here. Once again, this back of the hand is away from me. Back of the hand is towards me. So it's like this. Yes. And change. So I'm changing the back in front of the hand also. I'm also changing the 1 finger and the 2 finger. And now you might look at your own hands and see, is my gun arrow pointing to the rabbit? And so, yes, and yes. And the variation is, then we can do this and the trigger can press. Now, when you do the trigger, both the fingers will press. So only the ear, and now this is the gun nozzle. This is the trigger. So this has to press. And then this has to press. Right? So what are these? You need to be really solid focused when you want to do these brain gym exercises. They're very powerful. In fact, we have got brain gym books also, which I'll share with you the link, and you can buy it online. Multiple brain gym exercises that you can do every day to boost your mental strength. Okay. So this was rabbit and ears. Finally, positive psychology, believe in positive things. Okay. Believe in good things. See good in everything, even if something bad is happening, because trust me, things can not be good all the time. Things cannot be bad all the time. It's better to focus on the positive side. So look at the positive side. Look at the positive mindset. Embrace optimism, because when you are working on your positive self, when you are positive about yourself, you are actually creating resistance for negative things to come around you, for a negative thing to overpower you. So even the stress will stay at bay if you are practicing positive psychology. So positive psychology, very important thing. Okay. Mindfulness and meditation, please do that. Do mindfulness meditation. Meditation is very powerful for your brain. Do that on a regular basis, even before studies. Just 2 minutes of breathing in and breathing out can be a wonderful exercise for you, right? So by integrating this into your lives, you can develop valuable coping skills, because now you are centered when you're doing this. We are missing this actually in our students' life and our kids' life also. They don't see anyone doing this, and that's why they are struggling and facing challenges. We can teach them. And then finally, maintaining a proper balance between technology and brain health. We are living in the times where technology has taken over our lives. There is so much that is happening around technology. We can't even think of taking it away. Now, I don't say that you do not use technology or just bar it completely. No, but do it mindfully. Okay, leverage technology for educational purposes. Like we are doing online sessions. But technology is helping us. If I have to do banking, technology is helping me over there. If I have to transfer money from one place to another, it's helping me, right? So use it. Have a balance. Talking about social media, talking about YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, then Facebook, they are taking away your time. Anything that distracts you, stay away from that. Okay, so any form of digital distraction, and social media is the major form of social distraction. Please, please, please keep your kids away from that. It will not help you as much as it is going to harm you and your child. That's it. And at the end, just ask yourself a question. Is technology using me, or am I using the technology? If you see the technology is using you, meaning you give the phone to your child's hand for watching, a small clip of one cartoon or something, and then YouTube immediately suggests, now you might want to watch this. Now you might want to watch this. It is trying you not to go away. So the moment you have seen your first thing, and now the technology starts using you, that, okay, fine, keep on watching now. I'll give you content. You can continue to watch for 2 hours, 3 hours straight. So be mindful of that. Is technology using you, or you are using it? That's it. So that was about our last class. And after this, you will find in the book, there is another section, my personal revision planner. So I would once again repeat over here, no memory tool is going to work unless accompanied or combined with revision, right revision method and right revision timing. So word mnemonic works amazingly. Phrase mnemonic works, beautifully. We have different types of mnemonics, like, and each one works in an amazing manner. But nothing will work unless you combine it with your memory planner, your revision planner. Okay, so with this, we come to the end of our session, and now we have done nearly 20 memory tools. Number one, the brain strength. 3 secrets inside your head. How does your brain function? How does memory happen? What is the learning method? Number one. Number two, method of reading. What is a method? What is a style? And what is the purpose of reading? That is number two memory tool. Number three, graphic notes. How you can create graphic notes, that is, converting the linear notes into graphical representation, making it more easy for us to remember, right? Number four, puzzle notes. How you can create small quizzes and puzzles for students, and they ignite a different kind of inquisitiveness in the students, and they remember it. Puzzle notes. Number five, memory revision planner. So revision method and revision planner, do that. That's again a memory tool, right? Then comes memory triggers. Whenever needed, create memory triggers. So when you are creating memory triggers, you know actually what a word is difficult for me and how I can, convert it into a form which becomes easy for me to remember. Number seven, apply imagination and visualization into studies. So 1-step visualization, 2-step visualization, 3-step visualization. So apply imagination, become involved in your text. Step number three, memory tool number three. Seven, study like a story. So even when you're applying visualization or imagination or taking out the keywords from the read material, try to create a story of your own. Feel as if you are seeing that story. Feel as if you are living that story. Make a story out of it. You'll remember it. Then number 9, name mnemonic. There can be ways in which, you've got a list of things. First thing, see, can you form a name mnemonic over there? If you can, go ahead. If name does not work, then go to phrase mnemonic, number 10. So phrase mnemonic can be created for any text, once again, which is filled with text and a long list of words. You just create one word for every letter of the words and phrase mnemonic. Number 11, connections mnemonic. Try to find any connection between the new information that you are doing and the old information that the person already knows. Connection mnemonic. Number 12 is model. Create model. If there is something that can be represented in the form of an arrow or a structure, form a model, maybe a cyclic manner, maybe a chart form, maybe a ladder format, anything. You will understand it when you read the text. So model mnemonic. Ode and music. So anything that can be, rhymes are a beautiful memory tool. So songs are in the form of a rhyme. Odes and poems are in the form of rhyme. Music is in the form of rhyme. Create that. If you have that skill, now I'm giving you 20 tools. I'm not saying that you have to use all of them. Whichever works for you, use them. So ode and music could be maybe person specific. If it works with you, try to create a note, try to create a music, try to create a song or a jingle. Verbatim. What does verbatim mean? Memorizing something as it is. I don't want any changes anywhere. I'm giving you a script. You just need to memorize it as it is. What do I do? You can do that, right? So memorizing something as it is can be done with verbatim method. Memory pegging. So we have numbers how to remember something in the form of objects. So simple, without any complication, without going into any complicated method, how to remember something which us, even a 5-year-old kid can remember. So memory pegging. Number 15, right? Then body pegging, how to attach things on yourself and be able to remember things, body pegging. That is tool number 16. Then comes morphing. So morphing, a copyrighted technique of White Forest Academy, which all the trainers out there are eligible to use and even teach on commercial level. Morphing, a very powerful tool, which is 100 times easier than any number memorizing memory tool that is available out there. So one very famous method which is available is Dominic method and major system. Go and find out how easy or difficult they are. They are super complex. Kids can never learn this. But my method, morphing method, our method, even kids can learn. 17th. Number 18, in language, vocab technique. How to learn and remember vocabularies. If I want to remember the vocabulary, the meaning of the word, vocab technique. Synonyms. If there are multiple words, I want to remember them, this word, and this word. And I should be able to use either one of them. How do I remember the synonyms? Spellings. How do I understand what is the spelling? What is the confusion? Is it double C? Is it double S? What is it? Spell well. Total 20 memory tools. So 20 memory tools are very powerful to create, to engage students in studies, to make learning more engaging, more powerful, more entertaining, and more fruitful. Kids love it, teachers love it, right? So that was the end of our last session. And of course, as I was saying, nothing will work unless you combine it with the revision planner. So make sure you are creating a revision planner for yourself. You are helping even your kids to do that. Okay, so that was the end of our memory coach training program, basic, and looking forward to see you in our advanced program.